So the All Blacks play the Wallabies tomorrow night in Japan with nothing to play for but pride. No Bledisloe Cup, no Rugby Championship, and no World Cup at stake. So even the most motivated team would have difficulty getting up for these kinds of games. And the results reflect that. Now, the All Blacks will be saying all the right things like, oh, we have such a great rivalry with Australia. We need to get the tour started off well, etc. But the real focus for the All Blacks will be England and Ireland. It won't be Japan, it won't be Italy, and not even Australia. It'll be those two test matches, England and Ireland. And that's the reason why they've got 19 extra players coming over to Japan. It's so the other All Blacks can go to Europe early and get prepared for those two test matches. So the focus away from Australia could play a part in this game. Now back to the game. In the last decade, there have been 6 of these dead rubber games between the All Blacks and Australia away from home. The All Blacks have won 3, lost 2, and drawn once. And only once has a team won by more than 5 points. The average score is 23-21 in the All Blacks' favour. And so not only are the games difficult to win, but they tend to be low scoring as well. Back in 2008, the All Blacks and Australia played in Hong Kong. All Blacks won by 5 points. 1914, ugly game, slippery surface. Yeah, not a great spectacle for the crowd. 2009, they played in Asia again, this time in Japan. They won by 13. A lot of that was due to Dan Carter's kicking ability, kicking 6 penalty goals, 4 of them in the second half. 2010, the All Blacks lost 24-26 in Hong Kong, and that will be remembered for Stephen Donald and for missing a penalty goal, not kicking the ball out of bounds, and kind of blowing it for the All Blacks. 2012 was in Brisbane, and it was a draw, 18-all. Dan Carter had a chance to win. Son, stop destroying the books. Dan Carter had a chance to win with a drop goal, but he missed. And then 2014, we won by 1 point, and the only time we led in that game was when Colin Slade kicked the conversion to win it in injury time. And then, of course, last year we lost 23-18. Not a very good game all round, and we didn't have Beauden Barrett, didn't have Brodie Retallick. That didn't help, but Australia were clearly the better team. Okay, so the surprises for the All Blacks in terms of selection. TJ Perenara starting at halfback, a little bit surprising, but I think that's further evidence that the All Blacks are looking at these English and Irish test matches as the priority because they want Aaron Smith to start those games and maybe just to come off the bench in this one. But heck, it makes for a pretty good bench for the All Blacks. And also Damian McKenzie at fullback, he hasn't played in a few weeks, so I think it's a good call because he'll be fresh. Might be a bit rusty, but he'll be fresh and ready to go. But I think it's also a reflection on their lack of confidence in Naholo on the wing and Jordie Barrett at fullback. And Ben Smith, he can accommodate whatever selection they come up with because he's so great. Now, as for the Australians, Israel Folau's playing centre for the first time for the Wallabies. But I think this might just be a one-off because Kirandrani's injured. Karevi can't play full 80 minutes. He'll probably be back to fullback or wing in their later games. Now, as for a prediction, I believe the All Blacks will win the game, 25-19. It will be a low-scoring and it'll be an ugly game because both teams haven't played for a while. But the All Blacks will win, and I think they will win because of the players coming back. Liam Squire comes back, Brodie Retallick comes back, Laulala, who I think is the preferred prop coming off the bench for Owen Franks. Joe Moody's back, Damian McKenzie's back. So I think with all these guys coming back, they'll be fresh, they'll be rejuvenated, they'll be motivated, and they will win a close game. Now, if you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel, you can do so. Just click the button down there. If you don't want to, all good. Sweet as. And hopefully next time, my son will not destroy the thing behind me or the box. See you later.